Okay, so we're recording. We're live at the Apollo.
I think that's quite some time off, don't you? That's being
That's never gonna
live
happen.
at the Apollo.
Right. Anyway, I am going to say something to you now, and that'll be the start of the episode.
Okay. I quite like the bit about the Apollo.
So, you actually know some celebrities, Ben. You've met quite a few.
I have met quite a few,
Yeah.
I would say I know far less, but
Yeah.
I have met quite a few.
The good news is, I'm not going to ask you to list those celebrities or talk about the ones you know and the ones you've met. And I've met a few, not as many as you've met, but I've met a few celebrities in my time.
That's great.
But I'd like to talk about one celebrity in particular. I'd like to talk about a man called Jack Wilde.
Pardon?
Have you heard? You're not familiar with Jack Wilde?
No.
Well, you might be familiar with the film Oliver, the Lionel Bart musical that was made.
The Lionel Bart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might remember there's a character in the Lionel Bart. Well, in fact, the Dickens novel, there's a character. I mean, Lionel Bart didn't just add a character. This character does come from the original novel. There's a character called the Artful Dodger.
Right. Yeah, I do know the character, yes.
And the actor who played the Artful Dodger in the film adaptation of Lionel Bart's Oliver was Jack Wilde.
Was this the same edition with the famous Ron Moody?
That's right.
Fagin?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one,
Okay.
that version. So Jack Wilde is the Artful Dodger.
And wasn't there an appearance by the wonderful actor who had something of a drink problem as well?
Yes, yeah, he played Bill Sykes, Oliver Reed.
Oliver Reed.
That version, yes. So you're familiar with that one.
I'm very familiar with it.
And the person who played the Artful Dodger.
Who will buy my wonderful
So I knew this would be evocative for you.
roses?
This would be. So I'm pleased about that. That you know, this is
Fagin.
yeah. Anyway, Jack Wilde.
Do you know him?
I don't know Jack Wilde. No,
Well, I don't know him.
No.
You don't know him.
he's got a brother. Well, I mean, he's dead now. Jack Wilde's died. He died on the 1st of March 2006, and he's 53 years old.
That's very young to die.
Very young. Yeah, he had a bit of a substance problem. He's also in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Right.
It's a fairly minor character.
Was that the one where the dreadful Bryan Adams song was?
That's the very one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Well, I say dreadful. I mean, it got him
It was one
14 weeks at number one or whatever. it
Yeah,
was.
I mean, you want to give us a little bit of that?
Everything I do it for you.
Anyway,
That was
yes,
the one, yeah.
absolutely. So Jack Wilde was in that film as well, but a fairly minor, one of the merry men. But he's most famous for his role as the Artful Dodger in the film Oliver, 1968, and he received an Academy Award nomination,
Is this going anywhere?
Best
or?
Supporting Actor. Yeah, well, no, just so Jack.
I mean, I didn't know why you'd suddenly become obsessed with.
All will become clear.
Right. Okay.
All will become clear.
Yeah. He's not written a list, has he?
He's not written this. No, we've not got to the list yet. This is
No,
the,
we're way off that.
So he was discovered with his brother, Arthur Wilde, who also had something of a career, not as big as Jack's, playing football in the park. And
They were playing football in the park and they were discovered.
They were discovered. They literally were approached by a talent scout, and it all
Doesn't
took
sound
from there.
right, does it?
No.
What was he doing watching them playing football in the
So
park?
it was a she. It was a she.
Okay,
well,
well.
It was June Collins, the mother of Phil Collins, actually, if you're interested. June Collins, while they were playing football in the park, he was discovered by theatrical agent June Collins, mother of Phil Collins, and they were involved. They were both enrolled at the Barbara Speake Stage School.
Well, I know of the Barbara Speake
There you
stage.
go. And then Jack went on to star in Oliver. Anyway, the reason for me mentioning Jack Wilde.
It's quite a long preamble.
Well, it's only a long preamble. If you keep interrupting, it'll be a lot shorter.
I think it's relatively long, all on its own, but do carry on.
I'm trying. I will try. So the reason I raised the reason I raised Jack Wilde and Arthur Wilde's not irrelevant to the story. Is my father Rambier, he of the knotted handkerchief, was friends with Arthur Wilde
Right.
and did meet Jack on a few occasions. Now that's literally Rambier's claim to fame in this. But he regaled us with this tale as we were youngsters. And my sister,
He dined out on it, as it
a
were, did he?
little. And my sister has also, my sister then tended to dine out on it a little more. And so the story, according to my sister, is that Arthur Wilde, Jack Wilde, and Rambier Burke were playing football in the park.
That's how she's reimagined it, is it? Literally reimagined it.
And were approached by June Collins to...
Right.
you know,
Mother of Phil Collins.
Mother of Phil Collins.
Yeah.
And...
Wow.
but for the roll of the dice, Rambier Singh Burke could have been the Artful Dodger.
Wow.
Now, this would come as a surprise to most people who've spent any time with my father, because whatever you think of Jack Wilde's performances,
they were pretty good.
the boy could certainly hold a tune. And
Ranbir, on the other hand.
Ranbir's not known for his singing prowess.
Well, I don't want to cast aspersions on Ranbir. I've never heard him sing, but from what you tell me, he doesn't sound like...
to be fair...
He was going to give Ali Jones a run for his money anyway.
There is one person who really enjoys Ranbir singing, really enjoys it. And that person goes by the name of Ranbir Singberg.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that, to be honest.
So, no, my father's musical career and film career was cut short the day that June Collins didn't meet him, because he wasn't there. He absolutely wasn't anywhere near there when that happened. But, I like that story, though. I like to believe that's the truth, even though it's not the truth.
Well, I mean, to have been that close to such a hit film, and indeed...
Now, I mean, I know, because you've enjoyed something of a theatrical career yourself. You've been in a few...
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it a theatrical career. I was sort of plucked from obscurity in primary school to play Father Christmas.
Right.
And I think I did milk the role, which led on to a role as King in another production at Eglwys Newydd Primary School, Glanynant Terrace.
So as early as primary school, you were enjoying these successes.
Yes, and I think a relatively shy individual shown a microphone and what would have been in those days some sort of modular staging unit. I think it was almost like installing a turbocharger. Once given a taste of it, I think the genie was very much never going to go back into the bottle. So some would say they created a monster. Others would say, well, probably the same.
But you certainly, you were in productions. You were often the leading role, and
yes,
you were in quite a few things. Now, what you won't know though, because I tend to hide my light under a bushel.
Yeah.
Is that I was in a few productions.
Well, I'm sure they were just the same. So you would have been sort of BBC as well, and New Theatre, Sherman Theatre, youth orchestras.
And unfortunately,
choirs.
my career didn't quite hit those heights.
No?
But I did surpass the work of Ranbir Singh Burke insofar as I did get a part in Oliver.
Oh, right.
I was in my school's production of Oliver, and it was the Lionel Bart version. We followed that. So there was
You'd have got performing rights for that.
Yeah. So I didn't play the part of Oliver because I was in sixth form when, so I was a little bit too old. They cast a younger person in the role of Oliver and a younger person in the role of the Artful Dodger, so I couldn't reprise Jack Wilde's role. Bill Sykes went.
That would have been nice to the family, though. The family history
would have been nice. Yeah. Bill Sykes went to one of my friends. One of my good friends actually played Bill Sykes. Fagan went to another person in my school year, but not to me. But,
so who did you play?
Well, yeah.
So Artful Dodger.
No, I've just said because I was too old for the role of Artful Dodger.
Right.
Nice to see you.
But you couldn't. But you could have. Sorry, I wasn't listening.
You weren't listening. No, which is a shame because it was
you could have put a beard on and done the Ron Moody.
Yeah, no. So that went to someone in my year, but not to me. As I say, the role of
Bill Sykes
went to my friend.
So I mean, it didn't get you playing Nancy, obviously.
No, I didn't play Nancy. But no, I don't want to brag.
Well,
because you've forgotten one of the more pivotal roles in.
Well, clearly, and I'm just trying to rack my brain for the other parts in it, and then I started going into other musicals.
Yeah, no, it's oft overlooked, but when I say it, you'll go, oh yeah, cool. I played the part of first Bow Street Runner. Not second Bow Street Runner. My friend Andrew played that part. I played the part of first Bow Street Runner. Just think about that.
What was involved in that? That role. I mean, it doesn't seem overly taxing on the line learning.
I can tell you the lines now. Stand back, stand back.
Right. That's just the first few lines. Obviously, it goes on from there, does it?
Well, no. that was all the lines. Andrew, my friend who played second Bow Street Runner, then came in with, "This gentleman seems to know the lady."
This gentleman seems to know the lady.
Yes.
Could we reenact that now? Because I will play the part of... Sorry, Andrew was playing...
Second Bow Street Runner.
Second Bow Street Runner. And can you just remind me again of the line?
This gentleman seems to know the lady.
Can we just do it?
So I came in.
Well, you were not going to say I came in.
No, I'm just giving you the stage. So there were some. So Oliver's,
read the stage directions if you like.
Yeah, Oliver's basically, just to bring you up to, Oliver's just robbed Mr. Brownlow, I think it is. He's stolen his wallet, and there's all of a commotion. and everyone's getting all very excited. And then because the Bow Street Runners, obviously, they're the police. So I walk in and I command the scene. I take control of the scene and I say, stand back, stand back.
This gentleman seems to know the lady.
And that's essentially it, yeah. That's what we said. And then...
I mean, it's quite a pivotal scene, isn't it?
Yeah. And then what we did was...
I mean, if they cut that from the show, it would ruin it.
Yeah. Oliver then runs away.
Yeah.
And we chase him.
So there's
a sort of comedy chase scene.
It's almost like a Brian Ricks farce. Is it in this door, out that door?
It's pretty much that. And they, because my school spared no expense, there was some strobe lighting as we did it. It brought the house down.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Night after night.
I bet it did.
So, I know you've enjoyed your successes on the stage, but...
well, I mean,
anything of that?
I applaud you, first of all, for that. It's really quite humbling in a way, I think, to hear of that, a part of that gravity being taken onto the shoulders of somebody so relatively young. 'Cause some people think, sixth form, really old. No. You're still developing as a young man. You weren't a man. You were a young man. And I think to take that on, and not just to take it on. Oh, yeah, I took it on. I took on the part of the
First Bow Street Runner.
First Bow Street Runner. You didn't just take on the part. You became the part.
Well, in many ways, it lives on to this day.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when I look at you, I think First Bow Street Runner.
That's all anyone thinks.
That's all anybody thinks.
Yeah.
How dare anybody say? How dare anybody reduce you to, who'd have thought you'd have been funny? This wasn't a funny part. You weren't playing a funny part.
There was some serious gravitas to my performance.
Is there...
I was method acting, if truth be told. But
although some would say, well, has he got it on merit with the connections with Rambius and Burke, and the original 1968 production, which I think was a wonderful interpretation by Lionel Bart of the original Dickens 1838 novel. Yeah.
It wasn't, you're right to question, actually, because it wasn't my first time playing a part in...
Well, I was going to ask you, actually. Was that the first time that you played a part?
Well, no.
Was there something before that? And did it lead on to anything? So sorry for so many questions to be sort of thrown at you at once, but...
Well, I
it the first...
No, I was in two other school productions in secondary school. I played the part of Snake Eyes in the musical Bugsy Malone. Yeah. So I played the part of Snake Eyes, which is a fairly much a non-speaking part.
Snake Eyes.
I think I said sorry, boss, but I had a much more extended speaking part. My very first role in a secondary school production, I actually did have quite a lot of lines because I played the part of the Oz Army in The Wizard of Oz. And then you would say the Oz army can't just be one person, but that's the joke. It is one person. There's like a load of sergeants, and one person's actually the and so that was quite an extended because I would have just been year 8 at that time, so that was quite an extended speaking part. So at that time, people might, because it was quite funny and people laughed, and people might have thought I'd go on to have bigger parts in later musicals, but in fact, the opposite happened. I got smaller parts. And in fact, I sort of gave up after Bugsy Malone. I wasn't interested because I thought, well, actually, I'm not going to get a decent part. What's the point in trying?
Listening to that, it seems like you were probably onto something there.
Yeah, but then I went back into it for the Oliver because I was a little bit older and I saw it as an opportunity to meet girls. Was not successful, by the way. That didn't pan out. But
it does remind me of the earlier days again. Not the great heights of obviously playing the King or playing Father Christmas. If you like, primary school blockbuster roles that they were. I was in the choir of the Metropolitan Cathedral of St David. We were mustered to various rehearsals and told we had to really nail these sort of pieces of English Tudor church music, because we were going to be on Highway with Harry Secombe.
Sir Harry Secombe.
Sir Harry Secombe. Well, he wasn't Sir Harry Secombe in those days. Okay. He went on to become Sir Harry Secombe. Those early myths of television were busted for me by this, because we went into a little studio at BBC Ponk. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was BBC, even though it was an ITV production. We were using the BBC studios. We recorded the sound. Then we were re-mustered back to the cathedral, and we mimed singing as along with Sir Harry, who was there and signed a few of our editions of the Oxford Book of Tudor Anthems at the end. I didn't know who Harry Secombe was.
You brought us full circle, actually, for that story, because, of course, Sir Harry Secombe was in the 1968 production of Oliver.
He was.
Playing the part of Mr. Bumble.
Of course, yes. I've completely forgotten that, yes. So, should we get on with the show?
Yeah, let's do that, yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so I'm Mr. Slade, so I'm here. Is James Burke here, please?
Yeah, me there, yeah.
That's not a language. Me there, yeah. Me there, yeah.
I think you'll find that Google Translate counts that as a language. It's Jamaican patois.
Okay. Right, well, I'm terribly sorry to any Jamaican listeners we've got.
Well, I think I'm the
failing
one
to recognise.
I'm the one that should offer an apology to any Jamaican listeners, but it's Google Translate translated that, and it said, yeah, me there, yeah.
Yeah, me there, yeah. Thank you. Which leads us nicely on to this week's postcard.
This week's postcard is that. It says Anatomy of a Goose.
Right.
And it's a picture of a goose.
Yeah.
And then various sort of labels. And
is it meant to be comic or?
I think it possibly is.
Right.
So it says it's pointing to its eyes and it's calling them shenanigan scanners.
Right.
It's got a knife in its bill.
Right.
And it's calling that a knife holder. Pointing to the wings and it's describing them as wings of doom. Its rear end is being described as a menacing rump. Its chest, where I imagine where its voice box is being described as a honk box. And its feet are described as chaos flippers.
Anatomy of a goose. Yes, you've explained that quite well. I know we've talked about this a lot, but and you'll say, well, they're not meant to give to anybody. They're meant to just go on the wall. Why would you put that on the wall?
Well, I wouldn't. There is no value to these postcards, yet you can buy them. I bought them. You can buy them.
Yeah.
Why would anyone buy them? I bought them for this show. I wouldn't buy them otherwise.
You bought them to prove that there was no discernible reason why
anyone would. They are entirely tasteless. They are entirely without value, yet they exist.
Yeah, and on that basis, I reject it.
And feel free to reject it, as you have all preceding postcards. But what I like about it is that it's clearly supposed to be funny.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And it isn't at all funny.
No.
And I in
the
a
amount
way,
of time the effort they've gone to.
That's why I quite like things like that, where someone's tried to make something of worth, and what they've achieved
it's worthless.
It's absolutely worthless. And that's what brings me pleasure, but it brings you no pleasure, and it brings me no pleasure that you have no pleasure.
And I think, going back to our reluctant listener, Matt, that's what he thinks of this whole podcast series.
But the whole podcast, not just the postcard bit.
Yeah, the whole thing.
You can't blame the postcard bit.
No, he thinks the whole thing is just a total
waste of time.
Yeah.
Almost as if two men are having a midlife crisis.
So anyway, I suppose we better get on with the show.
I think we've said that. This is us getting on with the
show. Right, okay.
Sometimes you get confused about the running. I know you don't like the format, but sometimes you embrace it so heartily, out of reluctance, that you... who'd have thought there'd be creative differences this early on in the podcast? Like, we're not going to make it to the...
I'll have to dial down. No, we're not going to suffer from second generation pod fade.
Well, we've passed that, because I don't know if you're aware, and I don't like to count the episodes. You'd stop me doing that. But this is actually episode 15, so we've gone through 2 phases of pod fade and survived 2, because episode 7, remember? That's when pod fade has been survived.
Yeah.
And we've done 2 rounds of 7.
2 rounds of
and
7.
We're already commencing on our 3rd round of 7. So
it's like reps, aren't they?
We'll be triple pod fade survivors if we get to episode 21. So
I think to be a triple survivor it would be fantastic.
Substantial. Yeah. That's...
Have you read Go See Costas yet? Sorry.
I haven't read Go See Costas. I really must. Yeah. It's on my to-do list, perhaps during the summer holidays, which are just around the corner. But before we get to the summer holidays, of course, we're in that sort of part of the year now where it's a bit more fun, isn't it, being a teacher? It's a bit more fun at this time of year. It's a bit more relaxed, a bit more easygoing. We start having things like school trips.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And but of course... it's all well and good for me and you on the school trip. We just kind of go along for the ride, don't we? We just hop on the bus while our poor friend Matt pulls his hair out.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Because he's the trip organizer.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And we just take the mick and just kind of we just go along for the ride. But if we were organising a school trip, well, I think you have organised school trips, haven't you?
In a matter of speaking, yeah.
And I think you found them, as I think many people do, an administrative nightmare.
Yes, unless you can get somebody else to do the admin for you,
Well,
it is an administrative nightmare. Yeah.
So what I've printed off today, our list.
Oh, this could help me for the next time because I do have a couple of trips to book for September and October.
Right. And this
we need to get in early because those tickets are going.
You're going to struggle with some of the advice I'm going to give you, I think. But I have got this is literally called, right, this may not prepare you for October or beyond, but it will prepare you for your life of being a trip organiser in the long term.
Yeah.
Because this is the ultimate guide to organising school trips.
Right. Ultimate being...
Ultimate.
The daddy.
There's no better guide than this. This literally sells itself as the ultimate guide to organising school trips because it's produced by a travel company.
Right. So they're the experts.
They are the experts, and they say, we've been helping busy teachers like you to arrange school trips for 40 years.
40 years. 4 decades.
That's a level of expertise you can't buy, really.
No. And what a great thing that it is that we have companies that are this long established, with that level of longevity, who must have, in 4 decades, amassed what they've forgotten about arranging a school trip is more than we know in between us, isn't it?
It absolutely is.
So imagine, never mind what they forgot.
What they know.
What they know.
So hopefully this guide will be useful to you and to anyone who's got to organise a school trip.
Well, I've actually got my spiral bound notepad out so that I can take a note of...
So step 1.
Right, step 1. How many steps are there?
There's 12, I think.
Right, so this is comprehensive.
It's comprehensive, yeah.
Okay.
So step 1. It's always a good sign, isn't it, when I can't read it? Step 1.
I don't even know what it is.
Step 1.
Yeah.
Think about your trip.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah,
Okay,
I am thinking about it.
It says...
Yeah.
This is where...
Think about it.
Well, it's got some more.
Is this sort of self-actualization exercise where if I think about it, it will happen?
No, there are... Obviously, there's 12 steps. So step 1 is think about your trip.
Yeah.
And it says you should start thinking about your trip around 12 to 18 months before you depart.
12 to 18 months before we depart. What, on a theatre trip? 12 to 18 months?
Well, because that allows you time for your planning.
You're lucky if it was 12 to 18 days.
It's not 12 to 18 days with you, is it? It's, 12 to 18 hours is...
yeah, it'd be more like it, yeah.
If you think about it 12 to 18 months before, you'll have a better chance of securing your preferred dates, transport, accommodation.
So sensible. Really sensible, this one.
It makes it more affordable.
Yeah. Time for payment plans for the students.
All of that, yeah? So think about it. So it's good advice, actually. Step 1, think about your trip.
12 to 18 months. Okay, I've got that. Yeah.
Step 2, decide whether to use a tour operator.
Right, okay.
Now, I might question whether that doesn't just come under the title, think about your trip.
Yeah, yeah.
So think about your trip. Then, once you've given it a lot of thought.
So you think, Hounslow. We'll go to Hounslow. We're going to do some bark rubbings in Hounslow. Do I need a tour operator?
Well, no. You've done that too early.
Yeah.
You did that on step 1. Step 1 is just think about your trip. Step 2, decide whether you want to use a tour operator.
Yeah. Need to keep the two separate.
Because you could organise your trip yourself.
Yeah.
But there's many reasons why it's useful and makes sense to use a specialist school tour operator. And then they just say in brackets, like us.
Right.
Okay. So
this is not some way of pushing their services.
No. It's just good advice, helpful advice.
Yeah. Okay. Could be, and they're not saying, it could be any tour operator as well, couldn't it?
They're not saying use them, they're just saying like them.
Yeah. So they do tours, do they?
Well, they've got 40 years experience of doing
it. Oh, yeah. Of course, that's right. Yeah.
Right.
I thought they were just writing us a list to help us.
Yeah. But not just to help you, also. But they say if you use a tour operator, they say, avoids the trip taking over your life.
Yes.
Nothing will get lost in translation.
No.
And you will feel supported every step of the way.
And that's what I like, if I'm being honest with you. I'm a man who likes to be supported every step of the way.
Okay, so number 3, get your school trip approved.
Right. Because so I think about it.
Think about it.
In isolation.
For a year and a half.
Yeah. 18 months out, I think about it.
Yeah.
Then I take a literal and, would it be metaphorical break? An actual, no, just an actual, a literal break.
Yeah.
Then I go, ooh, what about a tour operator? I might then just think, do I need to get approval? So that's number 3. Okay, right.
So
I'm just processing it through my mind.
Right, so you've got your trip approved.
When would you want approval, though? Because 18 months out to think about it. T minus 18 months for thinking about it. If we're doing a Gantt chart,
Yeah. Well,
T minus 18 months for the thinking about it. When do we talk about the tour operator?
somewhere. Well, you've thought about the tour
17
operator.
months?
I don't. To be honest, it's not specified that. It's quite.
I'm asking you too much.
Yeah, you are asking because I'm just going by the same list that you're.
3, seeking approval, but that's a little bit further down the Gantt chart.
So step 3, you sought approval. Now, these are the things you're going to be asked when you're seeking approval. What's the value of your trip?
Yeah.
How will you keep those students safe? And how reliable is your chosen tour operator?
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't think I've ever thought that.
No. But the person you're seeking approval from will think that.
Well, I don't think they will, actually. I think
it says it on the list.
Oh, right. Well, if it says
step
it on the
3.
list, then that's
okay,
right.
so we've just done step 3, right? So step 5.
Yeah.
No, listen. We've just done step 3.
Step 3?
Step 5 comes next.
So where's step 4?
Now, what's happened here is because I checked, because I thought, where's step 4? I printed it. Sometimes when I print things out, because this off the internet, something kind of obscures some of the writing sometimes. You get a little advert pops up or whatever.
Yeah, could have been a pop-up.
But it wasn't that, because what's happened here is there's a list, all of these steps are listed at the top, the titles, if you like. And step 4, title of step 4, in the sort of like list at the top, is the same as what they're describing as step 5 here. So if you go through this list, it looks like it's a 13-step list because there's a step 13. But there's actually only 12 steps because for some reason they've got themselves a little bit confused in the kind of... So
they've got confused between 4 and 5.
They've missed out... They've missed out the 4, but there's not a step 4 they've missed out. Step 4 is step 5. Step 5, what they're calling step 5...
It's step 4.
It's step 4.
Really confusing, isn't it?
So we're going to be out of sync for now, but we've got to go with what it says, and it says step 5.
So step 5.
So remember, you've thought about your trip.
We'll just put that down to experience. Maybe step 4 was just a bit more thinking.
Possibly. But you've thought about your trip. You've then had some more thinking about whether to use a tour operator. And then you've got your trip approved. So step 5 is obviously book your trip. I mean...
Yeah, I think we can take that as well.
Although
I mean, it's not stupid, is it?
Except it should be step 4. That's the only thing that's stupid. The only thing that's stupid about this is it should have been step 4. But step 5, book your trip, so that's fine. So it just, it doesn't even give you any sort of extra.
I don't think we need any extra on booking a trip, do we?
It just says, make it. Well, no, it does actually. It does give you a little bit of guidance. It says the way to book a trip is to provisionally book it, and then sort of formally book it.
Right. So phone at the let's say the theatre and go, hello, I want to provisionally book.
Yeah.
And they go, okay.
Yeah.
And then I say, can I put the phone down now? And they go, yes, that's okay. And then I phone them back and I go, hello, you know me, I was just on with a provisional booking.
Yeah. Well,
yes. They get, can I book, please?
So I think that does come later, the final booking. So what it should have said, step 5 or step 4, it should have been called step 4.
Yeah.
And
we've established that.
And it should have been provisionally book your trip should have been the title because it said go ahead and book your trip as the title, but then it's actually clarified it just means provisionally book it.
Right.
Because
there's
some other things to do.
I have to say to this tour operator, that's really confusing.
Well, it's a little confusing because
we've got to speak truth to power here. And I think
I'm floundering around looking for a step 4 I can't find, and then I've been told to book the trip, and I've gone ahead and booked it.
And then you realise it was only a provisional
booking because
it's the difference between the pencil and the pen in the diary, isn't it?
It very much is because we've clearly got to go through these next few steps. So step 6, and you'll understand why you can't just book it till you've done step 6.
Yeah,
because step 6 is get the parents on board.
Right.
Because if they're not up for sending their children on this trip, well, then you've wasted the school's money, haven't you? Because...
Yeah. I mean, how are they suggesting you get parents on board? That's an interesting one.
Well, there's some, got to answer their questions. And the parents will have questions. And these
it depends on the trip, doesn't it? If they're going to the theatre in the evening, they won't have any questions.
They will have these questions.
Right, okay.
And these questions are, why should I send my child on the trip?
Right.
How has the trip been organised? Well, fortunately, you've got a lot of thinking time to share with them on that one.
Yeah.
Will my child's medical and dietary requirements be catered for?
I presume one of the other questions they've got is, has this been provisionally booked or formally booked?
That's not one of the questions, but it reasonably could be.
Reasonably could be.
And how are we going to keep in touch is the Yeah, they're the only questions their parents will have, though. So
Well, they won't have any other question.
no other questions, no, just those
Because
questions.
they have covered every single base there.
Yeah. So,
There's not going to be. Let's not hear anything more about any other questions.
but the good news is that in order to help you to achieve this, this company have provided a PowerPoint template for you to use.
Oh, good.
And a sample school letter trip. It's got a sample school trip letter.
Right. I wouldn't have had a clue how to write that.
No, but they've done it for you.
That's really, really thoughtful of them.
Not specifically for the trip you're organising, just a sample. But nonetheless, okay, so step 7.
7. Mm-hmm.
You've spoken to the parents. You've effectively launched the trip.
Yes.
So step 7 is launch the trip.
Yeah, I presume in talking to them, we're kind of launching it, aren't we?
I would have said so, but look, it says, right, okay, but there's other things. You want to go.
And you can't really,
Here's some things.
You can't launch a trip you haven't thought about or got permission for.
No.
Or spoken to the parents about.
No. So fair enough. Create a buzz around the trip, it says. If you've struggled to get numbers in the past, that's, you might need to kind of do something to promote it.
Yeah.
And plan some fundraising activities, unless you don't need to, of course, because it's... Okay, so you've done all of those important things.
Mm-hmm.
Step 8, which is really step 7. You now need to start the trip admin.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's actually quite a bit of admin up till this point, if you're doing it properly, isn't there?
It says start...
Because you've already had to state the case to the parents, which will have meant communicating with them. We've got to have... The school's got to have been on board. We need to have provisionally booked. There's quite a lot of admin's taking place. We're not starting the admin now, are we?
Step 8, start the admin.
Step 8, start the admin.
Which includes... confirming your booking.
Right, okay, yes.
And they've got some helpful things that would help you do the admin, so using them as well.
There's services they could provide.
Yeah.
There won't be any charge for that, will there?
Right. If you book a trip with them, I'm sure it's probably included.
Yeah. I think they do the trip for free as well.
They'll probably do the trip for free, so it's fine.
It's nice they help like this.
They're very helpful people. Step 9, plan the finer details of your trip.
Right, so not just a broad brush.
Not a broad brush, no, just So that's about 6 to 8 months before departure. You need to start
6 to 8 months
so it's
before we go to the theatre. We're doing
it. Do you know what? I think this list is not for a trip to the theatre. It feels like this is a list
could be overseas.
An overseas, but the thing is, it doesn't say that.
And for the record,
this is titled "The Ultimate Guide to Organising School Trips."
Yeah, so no difference between...
They've not sort of specified this is for a trip abroad. They've only sort of it's implied. But anyway, so step 9 is plan the finer details of your trip.
Yeah.
Do you like to know what their suggestion is of a finer detail?
Right.
It's only one, actually.
Right.
Which is to finalise your passenger list.
Right.
that's the finer detail.
I wouldn't have called that fine detail.
No. Step 10, I hope you haven't done this already.
Well, I don't know yet. I might have done.
You've started your admin, you've sought permission, you've done all those things. You've been given permission, remember,
yes,
to do this. You've sought approval.
Yeah, spoken to the parents.
But step 10, start your risk assessment.
I think the school might have required the risk assessment ahead of all of that.
It's possible. I think that might happen actually around step 3.
Yeah.
I think that's when...
Shortly after thinking about it.
After thinking about it and wondering about a tour operator.
You certainly wouldn't be making provisional bookings without a risk assessment, would you?
I don't think you would. I think they've got... Well, anyway, look, let's
imagine it was a skiing holiday or something like that, and you're getting to point 10 when you're risk assessing it. Yeah.
Bearing in mind...
Kids might die. Black runs could lose them. Could be an avalanche.
Because going back 2 points, you've actually confirmed your booking.
Yeah.
So, right. So now you're starting your risk assessment. Step 11.
Yeah.
Make the final arrangements. So that will include finalising your itinerary, finish paying for it, obviously.
Yeah.
And then host your final parents' evening just to make sure they've really got... That PowerPoint didn't cut it earlier, so you've got to do another one.
Yeah.
With them.
Yeah.
And complete any remaining risk assessments, of course.
So further risk assessment.
If you haven't done them. That's the
But
time
don't forget, do not, whatever you do, risk assess anything until everything else has been done.
Right. Now, step 12, which
Right.
is
Is
obviously...
this 13?
This is step 12, is listed as step 12, but it's
But there's no 13.
There is a 13. This is step 12, but it's actually step 11.
Right.
So this is the last, but this is the penultimate one.
Yeah.
Is...
Yes.
Sorry, I hadn't read it before. Step 12, really 11, is get ready for your school trip.
What on earth does that mean?
So everything you've done
It's nothing to do with getting ready, I don't suppose.
No.
And then, so you do no getting ready until all of that is done, and then you get ready.
Yes. So here's
None of the other stuff was about getting anything ready for the trip. This is getting ready is 11/12.
Yes. So that includes get your final info pack out. Okay, I mean, I can accept that.
Yeah.
Download the app, their app, this company's app that they provide you.
Yeah.
They're assuming you've gone with them at this point, I think.
Imagine you got this far and you said no thanks. We'll do it ourselves, thank you.
Screw
your app.
Make sure your students are easy to spot.
Head to toe in orange.
Something like that, presumably. Yeah, they're all wearing the same clothes.
Give them all a banana costume.
Pack your bags.
Right.
Pack your bags.
Pack your bags.
So, step 13, which is 12, but it's the last step.
Yeah.
The journey begins. Which doesn't so much sound like a step, so much as...
Such as nothing to do with the list.
It's not, it's just, you're on the trip now. That's it. That's it.
Well,
so, hopefully you do feel prepared now.
James, just before we go, I'm just, you spring things on me.
Yeah. I do, to be fair. That's the existing format, subject to change.
I just want to spring this on you, and I want you to tell me how you feel about it.
Okay.
And what action you're going to take.
Right.
Let's just think, because this whole edition, other than the list there, has been about, well, including the list, it's been about enjoying experiences. We started about our sort of time in the theatre and all the rest of it. Okay.
I think it's just generous to describe my stories as time in the theatre.
Well,
I thank you for taking it seriously.
No. How do you respond to a story that follows Asan, a gentle Eastern European immigrant who has escaped a brutal civil war in Bulgaria? I mean, how are you feeling so far?
Do you know what I would do in that scenario if I was Asan? I'd go see Costas. Who's that by the way?
Well, it doesn't like to promote it, and
must be
little known sort of guy, but that's Tom Hanks. So on that note, James, and hoping that both of us will read this by the next time, I think we will wish everyone a very, very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when they're listening.
If indeed they are.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.